Hi guys. Welcome. If you probably don't know me. Yeah, I got 67 subscribers to my name. Anyways, we're just gonna do a little therapy session. Not therapy. You get what I mean. We're just gonna start off. I am like the Christian. I don't seem very redneck half the time. I very am much so. I'm very feral half the time. A little bit about me. Sorry, the pump stopped working. A little bit about me. I am the youngest out of my half sister and my step siblings. Like, I was not expected with my half sister. Like 12-year age gap. That's besides the point. Anyways, literally, this might be a long video. Who knows? I'm trying to find my clips. My massive forehead. So basically, I'm trying to think, but parents got divorced at like a young age. I mean, it's low-key chill though. And I'm just like that because I am. Literally, having curves in this day and age is considered fat. Like, what do you mean? I didn't know it was a bad thing to have thick thighs. I thought thick thighs saved lives. I didn't know we all had to be built like stick bugs and starving ourselves just to look pretty because we're pretty the way we are. Literally, this is for boys and girls. Sorry, I was making that towards girls. You're pretty and handsome the way you are. Sorry, I didn't mean that. Sounds so fake. I overthink a lot. Anyway, I am on the spectrum. I'm pretty sure. I think that's what the doctor said or something. ADHD, very. I'm all over the place. But what's like? It adds character. Anyway, so people this day and age literally try to get a reaction out of you. Like, what do you mean? And they're gonna do what they can just to make themselves look good because obviously they can't make themselves look good otherwise. I don't mean it in a mean way, but if you're gonna try to do that, then you can't just go ahead and go, oh, you look like this. Well, yeah, I get you have your own struggles, don't know what you're going through, but I hope you find your way to God. I am Christian, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. And I have friends that aren't, then so be it. That's their choice. And if they choose to be a Christian, then go ahead. People make it such a big deal that people aren't Christian anymore. Like, some people aren't Christian. Yeah, it's because, it's not because this, not because that. It's just because that's what they choose. I'm not going to speak a whole lot about that because there's a lot of opinions. Not trying to ruffle anyone's feathers. So basically, I used to be built like a stick bug. Most literally built like a stick bug. I don't know if you've seen my one video. Very few people have. It was like the deer basketball audio, blah, blah, blah. I was the one with blue shirt, built like a stick bug. Had no fashion sense, nothing. And I used to physically get bullied. Hit every day, come home with bruises, yada, yada, yada. All because, who knows, she did that every day. Made me hate school, which I loved it. I was one of those kids that I loved school, but I was more chaotic. I wasn't the teacher's pet, but I was more chaotic about it. And she just made me hate school. So did teachers. And so literally, teachers would talk bad about me and to other students. I was like, okay, because I struggled with mental health, don't we all? It's not a bad thing. But, like, you don't make fun of kids for that, especially if you're an adult. So basically, she caused me to have multiple anxiety attacks a day. And I missed 14 days of school in I don't know how many weeks, all because I wanted to leave because of her, and my anxiety made me literally sick to the point I would not go to her class unless I was forced to by the school or my parents, or my mom mainly. Literally, I used to have it's not an eating disorder, I forget what it's called. It might be an eating disorder, I forget what it's called. Yeah, I'm being very vulnerable, but we all have to be at some point. I tried to be in not a lot, but I tried out a lot of relationships, all because at the time I was seeking the male attention I had never gotten from my dad. And some girls tend to do that. And we judge them for that. We don't know their story, blah, blah, blah. We can't just judge girls. Yeah, I get they do stuff, but we can't just judge them. I'm working on it myself, too. We can't just judge them because they do something. Yeah, we can, but why is it our job to judge when, like, we don't know their whole story? They could be going through something pretty bad. Who knows? And this girl, I've been to her house. I practically lived with her for a while. We were really good friends. Not lived with her, but, like, we hung out so much. And she just, like, did some things you should not be doing at that age. At the age of 11 years old. She was already trying to, how do I word it? If you know, you know. She was trying to do that to me at 11 years old. And I was like, no, not comfortable with it, no. And she would get all mad about it. And I was the type to not fight back because her mom worked at school, and I was like, if I do anything back, I'm going to end up getting in trouble for it because her mom works at school. Who knows what they're going to do? And so I only, like, fought back once, and they tried to start a whole thing. I left that school, went there for over 6 years or so. Crazy school, not crazy, but she made me leave that school, so I was like, okay, whatever, I'll go to this school for a while. This next school ended up being not the best choice. I didn't make the best decisions. I got in the wrong crowd, and I tried to fit in when obviously you don't need to fit in, you just need to be yourself. Friends, people will come to you, the right people will come to you, and the right people will be there for you no matter what. People are gonna come and go. And one of my favorite verses, wrong brush. One of my favorite verses is "Love never fails. If it fails, it wasn't love." I was like, okay, that's pretty neat, blah, blah, blah. That's actually stuck to my heart for a while. Because I used to, like, try a whole bunch of relationships because, I mean, yeah, I still date and stuff, but just not like I used to because of how guys would treat me. Guys go for my body, not who I am, not my heart, nothing like that. They go for my body, what I have to offer, not that. And what I'm confused about is why are people teaching guys that it's okay to go for girls' bodies? I mean, yeah, not all guys are like that, but a lot of them are. And it messes up with girls, most literally. With me, I used to do things I shouldn't have at the age I shouldn't have, and most literally that ruined my mental health horribly. And I was like, oh, it won't do anything, I'll be fine, it won't come back on me. It does, trust me. And I used to have a horrible temper, like, ooh, girl, when you when you made me mad or something, I would go full-fledged crash out, all because you made me mad or you said something that was not right. I mean, yeah, you can do that, but it's not, you gotta be the bigger person, you gotta control you're the only person that can control your emotions. Most literally, I repeat a lot. Literally, a grown adult was yelling at me. I do not do good with yelling like that. She was yelling at me because I had missed my meds, yada yada yada. And she just kind of started going off, blah blah blah. She said something about my dad that I do not tolerate. And when I missed my meds for like 2 days or so, I'm more short-tempered. And I was on my period too, so it was that time of the month. And literally, I just went off. Wasn't the best choice. I messed up a lot of friendships, a lot of relationships, all because of that. And you have to be the one that decides, oh, I'm going to change. Oh, God's got me. He can change me. You have to be the one putting in that effort to change too. You can't just let him do all the work. It's like with a school project, for example. You have one kid doing all the work. How's the other work going to get done? If they're not going to do it, who else is? You have to. Most literally, I've preached in front of a whole church, yada yada yada. I've done FCA for my school that I used to go to. I go to a Christian school now because just people these days. And I'm like a loner half the time. I don't like to be, no. But with how people are and how like I get like people can be, yeah, I'm gonna be. But you can't let that ruin your, oh my god. I'm sorry, I forgot my brush. It's right here. Wrong brush, but it'll have to work. I'll just use my main one. And most literally, you can't let people ruin your day all because they feel bad about themselves. Oh my gosh, that's so patchy. Just because they feel bad about themselves, you can't let that ruin your day. Yeah, you can try to help them. You can try to give people that outlet. You can try all you want. But what does it mean if they're not gonna try with you? You have to, like, if you want to help others, go ahead. I like helping others. But if others aren't gonna try to put in the effort to help and only have you trying to help them, they have to put in the effort too. You have to voice your opinions. Yeah, I have all this anxiety and stuff, but you have to voice how you feel. Voice your opinions. Yeah, parents, people may get mad about it, to belittle you about it, but you have to be the one to be like, okay, take it like that. You can just be like, okay, let them have their little opinion, yada yada yada. Because my parents, they can be a bit much. Yeah, it could be worse. Could be 100 times worse. But you can't just think about it all negative. Because what are you gonna get when you get all negative? More depression, more this, like a lot of stuff like that. So you can't just like be like, oh, I'm all depressed, blah blah blah. Yeah, you're depressed. I am too. Ain't afraid to say it. Because people can be like, oh, I'm so depressed. You never know. And we make fun of them. Oh, they're being emo, blah, blah, blah. You can't just say that. I've been told to multiple times. Do I listen to them? No. What is their opinion to me? It's their opinion, not mine. And like, genuinely, sorry, I'm checking my battery. We're back. I need to fix my blush. But you can't just let, oh, this person said this, so I'm gonna act like this. Yeah, I'm a petty person. I can be a very petty person. Am I doing better? Yes. Am I putting in the effort to do better? Yes. You have to be the one to put in that change. I'm going to say it a million times, and I will proudly. You have to be the one to put in the change. To help yourself and help others. Most literally, people are rude. They're going to be. And parents say this. It's actually true. People are going to go off on you, do this, do that, all because they hate themselves. Like, not hate themselves, but they don't like themselves. They're not happy with themselves. May seem like they are, but they really aren't. And I go on here as an outlet to distract me from life. Like, one of my closest friends, she ended up spreading rumors all because I called her out. She was talking bad about me, so I was like, hey, if you're gonna talk bad about me, why don't you go ahead and say it to my face? She got all upset about it, yada yada yada. She started spreading rumors. And I was like, okay, they can do what they want. I'm gonna be the bigger person, and I'm gonna just walk off. Or not walk off, if they're online. I'm just gonna let it be. They can do what they want. And I'm gonna just move on with my day. I will sleep perfectly fine. And we're gonna have all these obstacles, all these difficulties, all these things. But all these different things are turning you into the person you are going to be. Because I don't even know y'all. But y'all are amazing people. Yeah, we make mistakes. Yeah, we mess up. But it's human to make mistakes. We are going to make mistakes. It's human. I'm gonna repeat that so many times, but it's human to make mistakes. Like, people can tell us all this stuff. Like, boo, I'm not listening to you. I sound like an auntie right now, but I'm just not gonna listen to you. Say what you want, but haters gonna hate. And I'm just gonna like kind of stop right there and let me know if I should pick back up on it. Because I have a lot more that needs to be said. It's just don't want to do too much for nothing. You know? I don't know if I like the white right there. We're gonna cover it up with mascara anyway. So, y'all have a great day. Let me know what else I should do. I'm not finished with my makeup. I need to get finished with it. So, bye.